beer. I don't drink. I don't know why type of beer. I found American beer, German beer, Japanese beer, no China. So I typed the word China. There's no information about China. So I say, what if we can make some China information on the internet? Let people know about China. So that was the idea. So I came back to China and say, I want to resign from my school.
You were a teacher?
I was a teacher. I've been teaching in the university for 6 years. So I said, I want to do it. I invite 24 of my friends to my apartment. After 2 hours of explaining what I'm going to do, internet, and 23 of them say, forget it. He said, this thing never worked because there's no such thing called internet in the world. You know nothing about a computer, so why you want to do this? And only one people, he said, Jack, if you want to try it, just to try it. But if there's something wrong, just come back. And after a whole night thinking, I say, I still want to do it. Because most of the people, they have a fancy ideas in the evening, but in the day, when they wake up in the evening or in the morning, they go back to do the same job. We have to do something different. So from there, I started my business borrowing $2,000 from my relatives and friends. So that was my trip. I call myself like a blind man riding on the back of blind tigers. And those people who are expert of riding horses, they all fall down, and I'm still surviving.
Was that the beginning of Alibaba?
That's the beginning of China Pages. Alibaba was 1999. Since 1995, I started business. I almost failed every project, never survived. So 1995, I got an idea saying, if China is going to join WTO, a lot of Chinese products is going to sell across the board. So if I can make a site that can help Chinese products selling outside and helping the small business in the other country sell to the other part of the world, that was the concept. So 1999, I started Alibaba in my apartment.
You have said to me before also that in your mind, 1, 2, 3 is customer,
yep,
employee,
and shareholder.
Shareholder.
Yeah.
So when you tried to borrow that $2,000, you didn't tell that person that he was number 3.
Well, the $2,000 was from my relatives, my parents, and all of friends I got $2,000. But when I raised my money for IPO, even for the when Alibaba IPO in the New York Stock Exchange, we raised $20 billion. I told the investors, we've been believing customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. And people say this is against our American investor philosophy. I remember one of the investors said, hey, Jack, you know, if I know you are shareholder number 3, I would not have bought your stocks. I say, sir, please sell it. Because I believe there is so much money in the world. There is too much money in the world. But we only need the money who believe in our vision and mission. Because I believe if the customer are happy, employees are happy, the shareholders will be happy. But if the shareholders are happy, may not necessarily customer happy, and may not necessarily your employee will be happy.
When you look, how important has 2 things, trust and culture, been?
Well, trust is the most important thing, as we discussed this a few minutes ago. If people give me, when I had no money, because when Alibaba started, 18 founders in my apartment, I told everybody, say, put all your money savings on the table, leaving the money for 10 months food and room, rent yourself. The money you have put on the table, I want to gather the money, and nobody should borrow the money from parents. Nobody should borrow money from friends, because I don't want to make your parents and friends bankrupt because doing Alibaba. So 18 people, we gathered $50,000 US. We started Alibaba in my apartment. And those people, actually, none of us have money. But if somebody say, I give you $1 million US, and I give you trust, which one I would choose? I choose those people who give me the trust. Because it's the trust that make us be united. It's the I think 18 founders, they trust me. Because they trust me, I have to be very loyal to them and loyal to the mission that we have. I think a lot of entrepreneurs know that I hate people work for me. I want people work for the mission that we agree together. Because you don't want people work for me, because people like me, when I look further, this guy's handsome. When I get closer, he's so ugly. Everybody in the world is the same. You should not get closer. Further is good. So you think, oh, Jack is great, but if you get closer, not necessarily. I'll be angry, I'll be happy, unhappy. But when people trusting in you, that's the most valuable things. I think later when we got a lot of venture capitalists invested in us, the thing they noticed is that because my team trusts me and I trust my teams. So this is the trust. The other is about a culture. I think the knowledge-based period, if you want to have a smart people work for you, the smart people need to be managed by culture, not by rules and laws. So in our company, we spend most of the time about the culture. And the base of the culture is the trust. So this is what we believe.
China has changed. Think back in 1995 when you were in Seattle, 1999. How has it changed between 1999 when you started Alibaba and today in 2017?
Well, when I went back to China in 1995,